Yo,
what's up, people?
what up, people? It's your boy CL Cool,
And it's your boy Tez.
and welcome to the podcast. I still love pro wrestling. ... I think.
Don't forget the 3 dots.
Don't forget them 3 dots.
Man, you know what?
What's up, bro?
You know, we always think about moments in wrestling history. You know, they always talk about the moments.
Yeah.
You got the WrestleMania moment, the Royal Rumble moment. You got, any big event across any platform on any stage, you have that one moment that just makes you go, dang, I remember that.
Yeah.
I'm really in a mood right now. I kind of want to go back to some pivotal points in wrestling. And, and folks, we're going to pick a time period because this type of topic is one of those things you can't really just narrow it down to 5.
Yeah.
Because throughout the whole history of wrestling, you're going to find something in every era. So right now we're going to talk about the top 5 pivotal heel turns of the Attitude Nitro Era.
Okay.
Now, people have their own take on when this Attitude Nitro Era started and ended. We going from 95 to 2001.
Yeah.
So that's how we going to run it. Right now, I believe, we can start with number 5.
Okay.
Let's start with number 5.
What's number 5?
All right, so again, pivotal turns. Now, you can come up with any type of heel turn you want because people switch face and heel. Big Show, for example, I can't even count how many times this fool been face and heel in wrestling as a whole. He in double digits for sure. Triple H.
Okay.
When he finally turned his back on DX.
Oh, man.
And joined the corporation.
I remember that. And
ushered in what was the beginning of the Reign of Terror. That man, look, I can't lie. When I first saw Triple H, I first paid attention to Triple H back in '95.
Yeah.
I did not see the game in Triple H at all.
No one did. But that turn on DX was pretty big for him.
Yeah.
And the reasons why is because DX was working and they were probably the most over. Other than probably Austin and The Rock, I think DX could be like a strong number 3.
Oh, yeah.
As far as being over in that company.
Every catchphrase. Yeah. The hand gestures.
Like, I could put them in number 3.
Yeah.
And some nights probably bigger than... No, never mind. No.
But well, go ahead and say it.
No, I said no. They're not bigger than Austin and Rock.
Oh, no.
No, but they was a good number 3.
Yeah.
So, especially for the merchandise, because they sold a lot of merchandise. Trust me and believe that.
Yeah.
So for him to turn his back on DX, it's pretty much you turning your back on number 1 who was safe. That was your merchandise, and is you turn your back on what's safe, and you turning your back on kind of like you being over.
Yeah.
And now you're like, okay, forget that. Like, I'm about to just be a heel, and it was risky, but it was a risk that paid off.
Yes.
Because I think he did that in He did it in '99, and I'm pretty sure in that same year he won the WWF Championship that year at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
So that risk paid off, and then he was able to reform DX as a heel team, and it was still over in a way. Like, they would get booed, but they were still over. People still had the merchandise. So it was a risk that a lot of people probably wouldn't have made, but it turned out great for him because DX was one of those groups that you didn't want to really boo for real.
Nah.
But
they was cool. They were the cool kids.
Yeah, they were cool.
It's like, oh man, but that right there, ushered in the game.
Yeah.
Triple H became more and more. To me, he became a star.
Yeah.
And
the rest is history.
Say hello to your CEO, buddy.
Yes, sir.
That boy, that's how you do it, kids. If that's a blueprint of how you do it, if you gonna do it.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna go to number 4.
What's up?
We got Rocky Maivia at the time, returning from injury.
Yeah.
Decides to join the Nation of Domination.
Again. Well, not again. Rocky Maivia, whose grandfather was High Chief Peter Maivia, and his dad was Soul Man Rocky Johnson, so he was a third generation star. Mm-hmm. So you got to remember the times that we're in at that time. We're talking about early 90s when Vince McMahon is presenting more of a cartoon in real life than an actual wrestling show. Yes. So we're having Dumpster Man and Dennis and hockey players and Max Moon and whoever, the Gobbledygooker, if you want to name a few. So we're having pretty much cartoon characters brought to life. So The Rock comes in and he wants to wrestle. Like, he was at the University of Miami, didn't get drafted in the NFL. He's like, okay, with $7 in his pocket, you know the story. Yeah. He wants to become a wrestler. You know, asked his dad to, you know, help train him and hook him up. Pat Patterson helps train him a little bit, you know, comes to the WWE. And he's immediately Rocky Maivia. Rocky from his dad, Soul Man Rocky Johnson, Maivia from his grandfather. And you can just smell the fakeness when he walk out the curtain.
Much pun intended.
You can smell it.
Yeah,
no one smiles that much, man.
No.
The hair, the goofy outfit, you want to kiss your kids and give them high fives coming to the ring, it's just fake.
Yeah.
And America, to me, was going in a direction with like South Park and Jerry Springer and all of that stuff. And you know, the whole Blink-182, we were going to more a rebellious type of era. Well, I don't want to say rebellious. We were going towards a in-your-face era.
Yeah, it was a lot edgier.
Yeah, we didn't want to see that. We didn't want to see Rocky Maivia, you know, especially in the era.
Nah, the say your vitamins and take your prayers gimmick, that was played out.
Yeah.
And I mean, you really, it's just like anything. It's a such thing as too much of a good thing.
Yeah.
And every once in a while, and Chris Jericho has taught everybody this, it's good to reinvent yourself to come back even stronger and even better in people's eyes.
Yeah.
And this is what Rocky needed, because it got to the point to where people were so tired. You had Die Rocky Die chants, Rocky sucks, and he was just out there doing his job. And it didn't matter how many crossbodies he hit off the top rope, how much Jericho juice he had in the hair.
Oh my goodness.
It wasn't gonna work.
And to me, the thing that's kind of saving was that injury, because when he was out for a while, you know, how can I mention if you're not gone? And when you come back, you have a chance to reinvent yourself. And the story is, went to JR and said, I don't want to be Rocky Maivia, just call me The Rock. And he went out there, joins Farouk's Nation of Domination, cut probably one of his better promos of all time.
Yep.
Die Rocky Die, that what I get from you pieces of crap. And the rest is history. And he evolved his character going from Rocky Maivia to The Rock, and the rest is history. And you know, the man in Hollywood, and he became one of the best WWE entertainers of all time. And the rest is history.
Yep. Another lesson to be learned. Bet on yourself, man. Bet on yourself. Sometimes if you feel like you see something differently, man, sometimes we can make mistakes, but you can never go wrong betting on yourself.
And by the way, he also did it again when, you know, you thought he was on our side again in Survivor Series. He turned, you know. But anyway, I digress. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Which helped him elevate himself to a whole nother level of swag.
Exactly. But my fault.
That's my boy Rocky.
Yes, sir.
We're gonna hit you with number 3.
What's number 3, man?
All right, so everybody knows around 96. Actually, I'm gonna go back to 95. We had the Ringmaster. We had Ted DiBiase as his manager.
Yeah.
The Ringmaster gimmick, which for those of you who don't know, was Stone Cold's prior gimmick before becoming Stone Cold. The Ringmaster gimmick had ran its course. People were not behind it. It was stale.
DiBiase went to WCW. Yep. That's another thing that, you know, happened.
Forced that to happen. So the $1 million belt was like pointless. Yeah. And then, I mean, he was just kind of on the roster. The Stone Cold gimmick emerges. Okay? Now, Of course, some people say the birth of the Stone Cold gimmick was at the King of the Ring.